3, 2, 1, and we're live. What's up, everybody? It's Tyler with Hook Sets Are Free. It is Tuesday night, October 15th at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. This is not a normal day or time for me to be going live, but we're here anyway. Thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. I've got a Tackle Warehouse unboxing to share with you guys, as you probably saw from the thumbnail of this video. Tonight we're drinking a unique beer. Don't know if you've ever tried it. This is the Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA. This is from Baltimore, Maryland. My wife and kids are traveling on fall break right now, and they started their trip in Baltimore. So I picked this up to remember Baltimore and think of, oh, shit. Come on, man. Why? Got beer all over me, beer all over the floor. Dang it. Oh, that sucks. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. Well, guess I'll be taking a shower after this. What's up, Frank? How you doing, man? Ryan? Things are going good. Thank you for asking. Cast and chill, my man. Yo. Michael Bradley. Frank, fall break is like the opposite of spring break, homie. Exactly. That is exactly what it is. So it varies here in Colorado. For example, Denver Public Schools only gets 3 days off. They were off this past Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. Whereas Douglas County schools, where I live, the kids get the entire week off this week. So that is how I grew up. That's how my kids are growing up. They only get 1 day off after Thanksgiving. So a week for fall break, a week and a half-ish during winter break, and a week for spring break. I feel like I lost some beer. I know I've taken a few sips, but that spill was rough. So it'll be interesting to see if we get some more people in here than normal, given that it's an hour earlier than it typically is for me. But I usually go live on Saturday nights, not Tuesday nights. So we'll see kind of what we're working with. I know it did feel kind of like a rookie move, huh? I should have done the old-fashioned, flick the side or flick the top. But I didn't think this beer had been shaken up whatsoever. So that kind of bothers me, but that's okay. I did bring a Coors Banquet down here as well, so we'll crack that open after as we're getting into the unboxing. So as you can see, we've got kind of a double package. This is what happens these days if you order more than one or two things from Tackle Warehouse, is you get some stuff from California and some stuff from Georgia, since they've got multiple warehouses now. But Gators Adventures, yo, harvest time. Okie doke. Lightning M. Yeah, Tackle Warehouse. So while we're on the topic, I will just say they had about a week and a half ago, might have been pushing 2 weeks ago, I think the best sale that I have ever seen. I believe it was 25% off if you bought at least 10 items, 30% off if you bought 15, and 40% off if you bought at least 20 items. And it wasn't everything store-wide, but it was a very wide selection of stuff. So I went out of my way and bought 20 plus items of stuff. I don't think it was many more than 20, but I'm pretty pumped about this. I'm pretty sure it's all lures. So I did not buy any rods, reels, or anything else. I did not love the selection of sale items in those departments at the time. So I didn't jump on any of that stuff, but that's okay. You guys know that I'm a bait junkie as it is, and I'm pretty well stocked on rods and reels, and I'm not really in the market for any at the moment. So we'll go ahead and open this little package, see what's in it. Depending on what's in it, maybe I'll show you those right away, or maybe we'll open the big one and try and get our invoice out of it and be somewhat strategic about how we open these, but we'll see. All right. Frank says we have winter and spring break and only one day for Thanksgiving, which was yesterday. Well, maybe it's the length of the school year then, because my kids start like early to mid-August. So that, and they get out toward the end of May. So it's kind of a long school year. They only have about 10 weeks of summer break. Wow, I guess there's only 2 things in the shipment from Georgia. So I'll go ahead and show you these ones first. And I will tell you how much I paid for each of these items, just so you know how dang good of a deal they were. And you be aware of just why I couldn't hold back in purchasing these. So first item is some soft plastic swim baits. Yeah, we all know that, dude. We know your pressure. We know your opinion. I'm no longer in that camp, but all the power to you, dude. Moosehead beer. Interesting. I don't think I've ever tried it, man. Well, don't know what to tell you, Frank. Sorry about that. Okay, first item. I got 2 packs of this because I'm pumped about it, and I would kind of want to give one away to you guys. First item is the Scottsboro Tackle Swimbait. I don't believe there's a specific name for these. You know, I've got some in other sizes, like the 6-inch and in the 5-inch. And these are fantastic hand-poured swim baits. I decided to get the 4-inch this time around. They come in packs of 2, and boy, were they cheap. I spent $2.68 per pack. So for hand-poured, super high-quality swim baits like these ones in this rainbow shad color, I could not help it. I had not tried the smaller size of these puppies. You can see that there is a almost perfect amount of tail action on these things. A lot of the bigger sizes are poured to where you can slit the belly. I believe these ones are too. So it's just barely sealed. You could use a knife or something else to easily cut open this belly. And I'm going to do that on one of these and just show you guys real quick. I really should use a knife to do it instead of a hook, but I don't believe I have a knife down here with me. Of course, I don't have a knife. I've just got more baits inside the desk that I'm sitting at. So let's see if we can somewhat cleanly open this belly. I don't want to ruin it, but so I don't know that I'm fully going to do it, but you can see that from about here to here is the slot that you can easily cut open. And I've done so on the other sizes easily. They're poured so that they can be opened. But fantastic swim baits. I am a big fan of them and decided to get 2 packs of the Scottsboro in the 4-inch. So $2.68 a pop. Would you guys be interested in that being thrown in a giveaway? Just comment yes, and I'll go ahead and throw it right in this box and perhaps throw it in a giveaway for this evening. Now we're going to move to the big box that has 95% of what I bought. I mean, if you don't want to pack, then don't comment. But if you do, go ahead and drop a comment. Not trying to let you see my address. Lightning says yes. Scottsboro are nice. It's interesting that they throw the extra stuff in there. Oh, would you look at that? I did add a hat to the package because, as is typical for Tackle Warehouse, if you spend, I don't know, $150 or more, then you can get a super discounted piece of apparel. Got to adjust this for my big head. But I don't mind a little moss green camo colored Tackle Warehouse hat. I've got, I think, one other Tackle Warehouse hat as it is, and that's pretty sweet. So I'll take it. I think I spent $5 on that. Okay, so altogether, this box has $189.95 worth of stuff in it. And you'll see that this is a pretty decent list of stuff. Okay. So I don't really know how to prioritize in going through here because it's a lot. It's a bunch of small ticket items and then probably 5 to 10 bigger ticket items that I'm pretty pumped about. So I guess we'll start small and we'll start towards the top of the package. But here is a bait that I have had a lot of great success on over the last few years, and the deal was just too good. So this is the Savage Gear Ned Craw. It is a TPE material. It comes 4 to a pack, and they are super realistic. So it's a Ned-sized bait, little tiny guy. But you'll notice the details on this thing are next level. So I think I only got 1 pack of these this go around. And I believe this is like a watermelon red type of color. I like this bait in a lot of different colors. I like it in their mud bug, which is more of like a natural light brown. I like it in a green pumpkin. I don't know exactly why I had watermelon red on the mind when buying this, but I'm not mad about it. So Savage Gear, Ned Craw, Watermelon Craw, or Watermelon Red, $1.78. Okay. $1.78. What in the world are these? I think these just caught my eye. I wanted to see them up close and personal for myself. I don't know if you just saw what that was. Do you know what these are? I'll give you a hint. It's a saltwater bait. This is a 3.5-inch soft plastic swim bait. I wish they came packaged differently, and I'm glad I didn't buy more of them. Okay, so this is the Strike King Flood Minnow. Okay, Strike King Flood Minnow in the guacamole color. I thought, based on the description, that these were made of an elastomer type of material and that they were going to be super stretchy and super durable. They're not. They are going to be super durable, but I don't know. One thing I don't like is the packaging on these, and I would not recommend them straight out of the gate because of this. Look at that. That is horrendous. And that's why you only buy one pack of some things when you first try them out. Is I have a feeling that all of these are going to be twisted up. If the packaging was better, I might be into these. I do like the paddle tail. I like the length of the tail. But nope, these probably will get next to no play from me, especially because of the packaging. They're just throwing them all in there loose, and they're bent up. So you win some, you lose some. That is super unfortunate, but did not break the bank at all. $2.74. Ouchie couchy. Okay. This is a very common bait for me, a go-to. I was just stocking up. It's the ZMan Goat in a Tackle Warehouse exclusive color called Bruiser. And I use the Goat a lot. I've told you a number of times before that this bait for me over the last 3 or 4 years has almost fully replaced the Strike King. Wow, it's crazy that I can't even remember the name of it, but the Rage Tail. Holy cow! Please tell me. The Menace Grub. The Menace Grub. All right. Menace Grub used to be my go-to chatterbait and swim jig trailer primarily, but also a bait that I would throw on a Texas rig, on a standard jig, on a buzz bait. It was kind of my do-it-all type of bait that I would supplement with the Rage Bug. Okay. I still use the Rage Bug a lot, but the Menace Grub has kind of been replaced by the Goat for me. And for a couple of reasons. I find that the action is about the same out of it with these kickers, with the flanges. But this bait is flatter. It's not completely round. And so I do prefer to rig it flat if I'm fishing it on a chatterbait or on a swim jig and I'm fishing it shallow. But I will occasionally fish it rigged vertically if I'm fishing a little bit deeper or I want that inline kicking action. But in general, the Goat is a fantastic bait for me, one that has tremendous durability, one that I fish a lot. So that was on sale. Everything was on sale, but the ZMan Goat, $2.99. $2.99. Kind of hard to beat that price point. Michael says the wonky tail might give it erratic action. That is true, but it might also give me a lack of confidence. So if you want those, I'll send them to you, dude. Next up is a bait that I've never tried before. Honestly, I haven't had a lot of great success on the Chase Baits soft plastic. So this is in that family. This is called the flaccid shad, which is a really awkward name. You know, they have like the love bug. They've got like a beaver and a craw style bait with this wild stuff hanging off of it. But this is really a fluke style bait. So meant to be fished either as a fluke or as a chatterbait trailer. You can see that it has all of this wild ribbing on it like you see in some more modern baits. But this one is super soft and folds over really, really easily. So it does have a hook slot on the bottom if you want to rig this weedless with an EWG style hook. But first impressions, I think this thing looks pretty awesome. And so that one I am not at all mad about or regretting having added to this package. That's pretty cool. The old flaccid shad from Chase Baits. Very greasy, I should mention. My fingers are all greased up. Chase Baits, flaccid shad. There's so many things on this list that it's hard to tell. $2.38. Cheap, cheap, cheap. Okay. Let's keep going. Here's a bait that I've never tried as well, but has been on the market for a long time. And this is a pretty cool one. This is the Damiki Hydra. Is there a better name for it? Damiki Hydra, 3-inch. Okay. This is crazy looking. I don't know if this is a backsliding bait or not, or if it's just supposed to be like a grub, like a hula tail grub, but this has indents on the top and bottom as if you could rig this thing weedless if you wanted to. You'd have to use a tiny little hook in it because this is 3 inches with the skirt. But check out this skirt. It's got all these tiny little balls on there. And Lightning M says the Hydra's tentacles float. That's pretty sick. I've never fished this bait. I have seen it before, but never really considered it. Absolutely wild skirt. So if those tentacles float, you could fish this thing on a naked ball jig. You could fish it on a Ned rig. You could fish it on a drop shot. A lot of different ways, but with this being a 3-inch bait, those are probably the primary ways that I would fish it. It does come in other sizes, but for whatever reason, when shopping, I decided to go with the little guy. These do come 10 to a pack. Look at all of those balls in there. So pretty cool bait, and it was cheap. All of these are, but no way. $1.18. I guess that a lot of these baits were already on sale or on clearance before the 40% off from Tackle Warehouse. And so once that kicks in, it stacks on top. So $1.18 for these Hydras. I kind of wish I would have gotten like 5 packs of them or gotten a variety of different sizes, because that kind of deal doesn't come around very often. Pop it and then let it sit. Thank you for the advice, dude. I appreciate it. So we are not even making a dent. Okay, here's another Damiki. This is the Damiki Reiko Craw style bait. The Reiko 2.8 in watermelon candy. And this bait was $1.78. Wow. Okay, interesting. Lightning M, do you have any insight into this bait right here? Another with a ton of appendages coming off the side. And these things seem to be poured really well. I'm sure you could take these appendages off and it's going to look like a hyper-realistic craw. Which is cool. I can't quite hide all of these appendages from you. But, yeah, it just adds a little bit more flair to that tail. You can see there is a lot of detail on the bottom. I don't know really anything about these baits. Do these ones float? Do they not? I don't know. I'm going to have to give them a shot. Don't really have any scent on them. But I honestly don't think that I have fished any stuff from Damiki. I don't own any. This is my first time giving them a shot. I've seen them, so it's not like I'm completely unfamiliar. I just have no experience with them. So I don't know. Well, we lost a bunch of people in here. What happened? We've been on for 27 minutes. We went up to like 14 people. We're down to what looks like 6 on my end right now. And I'm saving the best stuff for last and then going to do a giveaway. So whatever. To the people who left, you're losing out. Doesn't really bother me, I guess. But you are missing out. Okay, now here's a bait that I have used. Frank is here. I appreciate you, Frank. This is the Molix Stick Flex. These are made from elastomer. They call it I don't know. Every company has a different name for their material. It's not Elastec, but it really is the same type of deal. They make a Ned size bait that's a 3-incher or maybe a 2.75. And then this guy, which is a 4.5, which is a Nico style worm. And so it is perfectly sized for a Nico rig. You can fit a standard nail weight into the head here, but I find that using the ZMan Nico weights are the best with that style keeper. You can see just how stretchy these are, but on a Nico rig, I really do prefer a worm that is going to stand up and then have, you know, that vertical wacky rig type of presentation. But you could fish this on a weighted wacky rig as well, and it's going to have tremendous action. What's cool about this guy is the top half is essentially filleted and has all of this ribbing on the side where it's cut. So really cool. Gives it that much more action. And I have been a big fan of these. These are scented as well. Nice and stinky. I'm a fan of the Molix Flex series of baits. So I got 2 packs of these, one in green pumpkin and one in this watermelon silver shad color, which I've had success on both. So maybe I'll set the watermelon silver shad to the side for a giveaway. Throw it in that box. Here's a bait I've never tried. JDM soft plastic. Got a couple of them sitting here that we'll get to. This one from G-Crack is the Revival Shad. This is another chatterbait style trailer. Oh, Frank, is Jermaine on tonight? I didn't know that. I'm sorry, my dude. Holy crap, my fingers are wet. Check out this puppy. This is a great looking soft plastic. G-Crack makes some really high quality stuff. I have pretty much been a fan of everything G-Crack that I've tried, and this is one that I had not tried. So given the price point on it, I could not help it. These come packaged well, and they come 7 to a pack and popcorn scented, as you would expect. So real quick, the Molix stick flex baits were $2.39 a pack. Got 2 of those. And then the G-Crack Revival Shads were $3.59 for G-Crack, who charges $9 or $10 per pack. Could not beat that price point. Cast and Chill says, no wife and kids. You putting in some overtime on the water? No, I put in a little bit of overtime at work. I did go fishing with my dad this past Saturday. We went fly fishing for the day, whacked them. Had an awesome time on the water. So unfortunately, no, I have just been putting in overtime in socializing, getting to spend time with friends and family and my grandma that I don't ordinarily get to, or that it often feels like an inconvenience to the wife and kids. Didn't even tell you what I'm about to show you, but this is the Depths Lil Rabbit. This essentially is very similar in profile and presumably in action to what you get out of the ZMan Goat. Take a look at that, how it's built. Look at that. We've got people fluctuating. We've got 16 people in here now. Thank you guys for joining. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I am going to do a giveaway here at the end of this unboxing, which we've still got a fair amount to go. So it is going to be a little while, but let's see if I can. Goodness, it's almost like you have to cut it with scissors or something. I'm nervous I'm going to ruin the bait, but these are not like most soft plastics where it's easy to separate these appendages. But check it out. You get very, very fat flanges on the ends of this little rabbit. Super heavy. And it's got a little bit of a shortened body. So this is going to be an awesome little jig trailer. And not even like little jig trailer. This will go well on a full-size jig. But pretty cool bait that, again, I had heard of and seen, but felt like I already had a few things that were in my arsenal that kind of did the same thing. I never felt the need to get it, but straight out of the pack, this comes not separated. So I would imagine this would make an awesome buzzbait trailer, swim jig trailer, or just give you a different action on a jig than with them separate and flapping. If you get more of that like dolphin style kick, you say it's an odd one. Yeah, a little bit, but I'm not mad about it. It might bring a little bit of creative juices to the brain. So the Depths Lil Rabbit, $3.89. Again, like G-Crack, those are typically going to cost you $10 a pack. That is a hell of a deal. This is a big package. Good Lord. This is a bait that came out like a year or two ago. This is the Fish Lab Flippin' Frog. It's from their Nature series of baits, but this is a 4 1/4 inch creature bait slash frog slash toad. This package is way too big. I am not a huge fan of that. If I'm going to fish these, I'll probably remove them from the package and throw them in a Ziploc bag or something. They just wasted so much space in how they packaged these up. I mean, take a look at this. I don't know what the point of this was, but they've got all this dead space. So they've got one for you to be able to see, and then like 4, 5 of them just sitting together in the package in a little bit larger compartment, if you will. But take a look at this guy. Heavily salted, as you can see. Heavily textured. It's got a round, soft bottom. Probably great for skipping. And then it's got these wild, realistic-looking appendages. These frog legs. All 4 of them. So the bottom 2 you do have to separate if you want to. And that's going to give it quite a bit more erratic of an action. But the top of this bait is pretty wicked. You get a big head and big nose on there. Some crazy detail. And then a lot of ribbing on top and area for you to expose your hook. But tons and tons of salt on this thing. I would say it's definitely interesting. I'm not mad that I purchased it. I am mad at how they packaged it, but that's okay. Not the end of the world, I suppose. We'll see if I can get this huge clamshell, if that's what you want to call it, back into this huge package. This is, again, how it comes. Interesting. The Flippin' Frog. Let's see. What was the cost of that guy? Fish Lab Nature Frog. Okay. $2.87 for the pack of those 6 or 7 of them. Not a bad deal. Another Depths soft plastic. I guess I got to rip this one too. So this guy is the Bull Slide. Some of you guys might fish this one. Some of you might not. But interesting bait. Yeah, you're right, Crappie Kev. That Nature Series Flippin' Frog does look kind of like it is made by Lunker Hunt. It's an interesting design and seems pretty well made. But the Bull Slide, this is a JDM soft plastic. Even when I'm trying to use the back of my fingers to highlight your comments, I'm still getting grease all over my computer, which is annoying, but check out the Bull Slide. This is a Scuppernong type of color. It's got a big bluegill type of profile body with these little, almost like fish tail appendages on the back. very short, but they are textured, have a lot going on with them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. You'll notice that the bottom of the bait is rounded and the top is flat. So you rig this thing backwards, Texas rigged. You're going to go in here and come out the back. You're going to flip it out there, and it is going to backslide away from you. And then as you pull it, you're going to pull it back, and then it's going to swim away from you. And so cool backsliding bait. I just had backsliding on my mind because it was something that I should have done a lot of this year and never had the right stuff on me at the right time. So I'm going to try and bank that in my brain for next year. And once we hit the peak of summer and the grass starts to grow up high, and in order to catch fish in the high heat part of the day, you really got to pitch it into tight areas, and fish will be hiding underneath mounds of grass and in the cattails and things like that. Tulies, if that's what you want to call them. So I was left in a precarious situation where I had to do my best and get something to drop vertically on them right at the edge. And of course, you catch some fish that way, but you're not actually able to get your stuff in there unless you've got a super heavy punching rig, which I rarely fish. So I am wanting to get more into backsliding next year. And that was a bait that was on my mind and was a good deal. So the Depths Bull Slide Scuppernong was $4.19. Okay, now here's a bait that I believe these are going to go straight to giveaway. I already have a number of packs of these and have not gone through them, but the deal was too good to pass up. Okay, so these guys are the 5-inch Savage Gear 3D Craw. They made a 3D and they made a 4D Craw. And I believe it's this one, the 3D, that is my preferred one because this guy has a hollow chamber in the middle of the body. So you can put some scent in there if you'd like, but more importantly, it is going to cause the bait to have a little bit more buoyancy and float to it. This is a full-size crawfish. So no joking around. This is a full moon type of bait. And it is fantastic. I mean, it is molded after an actual crawfish, anatomically perfectly correct. So I have a number of packs of these. I do like to fish them. I have not gone through them all, but these guys retail for $10 a pack, and they were already on clearance because I believe Savage Gear went from the 3D to the 4D, and these went on sale. But I got these for $1.18 per pack. I mean, I should have bought 20 packs of them, quite honestly, with how good they look in and out of the water. It's hard not to love them. Who knows if I put that in the package correctly or not, but this is the black and blue, and this guy is more of a candy. They call it Bama Bug. Okay, so you get a more traditional green pumpkin on the back, on the top, and then you get that Bama Bug almost like a June bug, but it's really just the green flake from a June bug on the bottom. So these are pretty sweet. They're going in the giveaway box as well. That's already 4 things from tonight's package that are going straight in there. We're about halfway through or more, because now we're going to start getting into some higher ticket items here in a few moments. Okay. So this is a crazy bait. Have you guys ever fished this thing? This is the man's Springer worm. And it almost looks like it's already a super old school bait. Part of that is just the way that man's packages their stuff. You know, the second that I open this, like it's begging to be fished right away. But I do want to see what it's about. And because I've never fished it, I believe I only got 1 pack of them. So sorry if you guys absolutely love these or something. I won't have any to give away, but check this out. It seems like so homemade. They even give you instructions on the inside of the packaging. Like they printed this out at home. Insert hook through the bait at a slight angle under 2 strands of the coil, bringing the hook point back out as shown. Okay, so it's saying just wacky rig it. But I think the reason for that is that this is a relatively stiff bait because it has a spring running all the way through the bait. I was kind of able to save the packaging there. So check out how stiff of a bait this is for a trick worm style bait. It does not have a ton of bend on it, but it looks a lot like a trick worm or a swamp crawler or something of the sort. I believe it's like a 6.5 inch soft plastic worm, but it does have a spring running from end to end all throughout the bait. So that is wild. And I guess if you were to use a wacky style hook, you can go through the spring, and the durability of this bait is going to be tremendous. You do not need an O-ring or anything like that, but it's crazy how this is 90% spring, 10% soft plastic. Interesting concept that you really don't see in other baits. So I guess if you had a weighted wacky hook on this thing, you're going to get some great action on it, but I've never used this. These were cheap. It's a cool concept, but I figured there's probably a reason that they were on clearance. So the man's Springer worm, 6 inch green pumpkin, $2.38, and they come 4 to a pack. So, and that was after they were on clearance and then cut down from there. So I guess these are expensive baits at full price, but they were interesting enough for me to be able to speak on them, see what it looks like and feels like in the hand. You know, if you fish these on heavy line and on a light hook, it might have a really slow fall with very little action. But if you used it on a bigger hook and or a weighted wacky hook, then all of a sudden you're going to get some pretty sweet action because you get that return on the other side. You know, it's not just going to initially go and then just have this really subtle fall. If that spring gets going, it's going to be wild underwater. So it's just a matter of how to actually get it to do that. I would imagine if you fish this thing on a Nico rig, it would be pretty sweet too. But have you guys fished the Springer worm or no? Yeah, just fishing, that is what I was thinking as well. Not a lot of action on its own, right? As it's just slowly falling. But if you could pop it and give, impart some action into the bait, maybe it would have some interesting action. I don't know that. 505 doesn't seem like it would last long with a spring in the center. I don't know that. I think the thing is, it's just not going to come off the hook. Because you're rigging your hook through the spring itself. But I see what you're saying in that there's not a lot of soft plastic around the spring. So it's just a matter of how long does it last until the soft plastic comes off the spring. I don't know that. I have no experience with them, so could not tell you, dude. Next up is the True Bass Swimbaits. Have you guys used these? Dude by the name of Ryan something rather. He's a professional bass fisherman. This is his company, and I believe he started it after Bastrix went out of business. And these are hollow belly swim baits. So he makes them in all sizes. But again, I was kind of in the mood for smaller bodied soft plastics when it came to swim baits. So that's what I did for those 4-inch Scottsboros. And I also did for these hollow belly True Bass. These are 4-inch as well. So ordinarily, people are fishing 5 to 7-inch hollow body swim baits, but I thought these look pretty sweet. They've got a lot of tail on them. I kind of wish I would have gotten the bigger sizes as well just to see what they're about, but these look like they're super high quality, well-made baits, and I like this color too. It's almost like that Strike King color, Falcon Lake Craw, or ZMan's Heights Hot Craw, where you get some green pumpkin with a hint of red. I like that a lot. So that comes 4 to a pack. Usually they retail at about $10 per pack as well. What did I pay for the True Bass? Dun, 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 dun. We'll find out in 1 second once I get this. Back and packaged. True Bass. True Bass. No way. $2.98. Yes, Ryan Salzman. $2.98 for some hollow body swim baits. Why didn't I buy more? I don't know. I should have bought like 3 times more than I did, but at the same time, I spent about $200. Wasn't trying to go absolutely buck wild, but when the deals are good, it's kind of hard not to drop some money. So next up, this is a bait that I've known about for a long time, but have not pulled the trigger for a few reasons. And this is the Picasso carbon fiber shock blade. Well, I guess it's not called the shock blade. The tungsten dredger blade. So the shock blade is more of their traditional bladed jig. This is a little bit of an offshoot of that. It's got a carbon fiber blade and a tungsten head. And the head is a round ball, I believe. Let's find out. No, it's a football head. Okay. Interesting. I've always been intrigued by football head bladed jigs. So generally speaking, a football head is meant to be fished on the bottom. Great for dragging over rocks and wood and things like that. But this should be interesting. I thought it was a round ball and not a football head, so I probably got these lighter than I should have. Well, not the worst. These are both a ½ ounce, so I'll still be able to fish them on the bottom fairly well. But in terms of a color pattern, this guy is green pumpkin gizzard shad. I've always been a fan of the Picasso colors. Fantastic. That is gorgeous. Green pumpkin gizzard shad with that carbon fiber blade and a tungsten football head. So, of course, I thought it was lighter because it's tungsten. It looks definitely like it's either a quarter or a 3/8, but this is a ½ ounce. Do you guys have much experience throwing the Picasso bladed jigs? Yes or no? I have only fished a couple of Picasso bladed jigs, and I did not go way down that rabbit hole. I find that the ZMan ones are still my tried and true. Primarily the jackhammer, but I have fallen in love with the Evo and the Mini Max and a handful of other ZMan bladed jigs. But I like the concept that Picasso has, and I do not like this bait keeper. That is my one big gripe, is that this bait keeper is subpar. Now, their hooks are great, but this blade to head connection has been perhaps one of the most creative ways of getting around ZMan's patent. So yeah, this is a good bait. I believe it retails for like $16 because it's their carbon fiber, tungsten head, all of that stuff. So a pretty dang expensive bladed jig. However, like most of this other stuff, it was already on clearance, and then I got the 40% on top of that. So insane price point. Got these for $4.18 a pop. So could not help it. Got two of them, one in the green pumpkin gizzard shad and one in just a straight, they call this Kusa candy. It is like a very, very dark green pumpkin. Almost looks black in the package, but very dark green pumpkin, Kusa candy. So two of those. Lightning M says, get ready for an explosion of vibrating jigs. I guess a parent is done with ZMan Patent. What do you mean? A patent or their main patent? ZMan has done a great job of protecting their patent. I know that it is eventually going to run out, but I did not think it was like this year. I thought they still had a few more years on it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't looked that up again in a little while, so I don't know that for certain. But yes, 505, little bit like the CFL. Although the CFL is on a swing head, that's a collaboration with Freedom Tackle, so a little bit different there. But really, Kyle, the patent is officially over. Interesting. And while that'll be a fascinating deal, is to see what the price point of chatterbaits does and how well other companies execute in making a bladed jig, say, as good as the jackhammer, because there have been a lot of companies out there that have tried to make a good bladed jig or have even knocked off ZMan in making a direct blade to head connection and then gotten sued and had to take it back, if you will. But I don't think anybody's quite done it as well. And even Strike King, who licensed theirs to ZMan, I don't think the Thunder Cricket is as good. Okay, here's a bait that I've never tried before. Yeah, but the Evo's cheaper materials. I mean, you got to think the tungsten Evo is about the same price point as the jackhammer, and it still doesn't have as high quality of a blade or a snap on it, or even a hook as the jackhammer does. So I don't know if the jackhammer price will come down. I'm just curious to know what will happen to chatterbaits in general moving forward, say over the next 3 to 5 years. How many companies will put out a legit competitor with the jackhammer at more like a $8 to $10 price point? That would be really cool, but we'll see what happens with that. So Huddleston Crawdad, the Huddle Bug. Have y'all fished these? Huddleston soft plastic Craw. I'm not even going to take these out of the package right now. I know that Brendan Brown has fished these before. I know that Huddleston makes great stuff. I know that these are pretty dang realistic. But because of the packaging, I'm not going to take these out right this minute. I'm interested, though. And I did ultimately pull the trigger because I don't think they were on sale before the 40% off. But Huddleston Huddle Bug, $3.58. That was after 40% off. So I don't think those were on sale, though I could be wrong. Okay, now we're nearly down to the big dogs, just Swimbaits. I've got a 3 more things before we get there. Really 2 more. I've never tried the Gamakatsu Power Drop. Have you guys tried this? This is the BMC Tokyo rig made by Gamakatsu. So, of course, you're going to get a higher quality hook than what you get from BMC. And you get this longer wire to start out with. I don't want to ruin the rig straight out of the pack trying to rip it out of there. Let's see here. Because it does come with a stopper on there. So check this out. Maybe it's better if I leave the back on there. You can see that the wire starts out a bit longer than what you get with the Tokyo rig. It does come with a little rubber stopper on there. So you could cut this down if you wanted, or you could leave it long, and you get more like a 4-inch long Tokyo rig. And then they make a variety of hook sizes for this thing. This is a hybrid worm hook in a 6/0. So I decided to go big since this is a power drop, if you will. And thought this was pretty interesting. So 6-inch hybrid worm hook, or 6/0 hybrid worm hook. And those were a good deal, I believe. I could be wrong about that. Gamakatsu, $2.38. In my book, that's a good deal. Okay, last soft plastic. This was just a curiosity purchase. This is the Spro Craw Nugget. Okay. I will be honest. I did not have great luck on poo baits this year. So it was great for me last year, especially the Depths Cover Scat. But it was good enough for me that I went down the rabbit hole of purchasing a few other poo style baits. and fished them as well as the cover scat this year and did not have very much success on them this year. I don't know why, but this is Spro's Poo style bait, the Craw Nugget, and it actually has some Craw looking features. You see that tail, all of the body sections of a crawfish, and then even the head of a crawfish. So this, better than the other poo style baits on the market, is actually going to imitate a crawdad with no claws. So I thought that was interesting. I never really noticed the eyes on top and the tail on bottom and the details on the body, but otherwise this is essentially the same thing. Now you do get a decent open belly slot to rig your hook through, which is cool. Then you also get that much needed nub on top to tuck your hook point into that the cover scat does so well. So glad that if Spro was going to copy the bait, that they did take some of the better features from it. And yeah, decided I would give it a go. Feels like a very close copy to the cover scat. Very heavy weighted, same size. At least this is the 3.5 inch. I don't know if the Craw Nugget comes in multiple sizes like the cover scat. The cover scat comes in a 3, 3.5, and 4 inch. The 3.5 I think is the most versatile size. The 4 inch feels pretty huge, but I do still prefer it over the 3 inch, or maybe it's even a 2.5. It's very little. Their smallest one is tiny. Oh, that dogfish head was delicious. You make your own Tokyo rigs with owner hooks. Nice, dude. You always thought the same thing about VMC. The wire should be longer. Yeah, I kind of had the same thoughts. So I like that Gamakatsu at least had the thought that they would start longer and give you the option to go shorter if you wanted to, or to keep it longer. So I thought that was a cool feature. Plus, you get a higher quality hook, and in a 6/0, that makes it a little bit unique. Bassin with Big Malone. What's up, dude? Thanks for joining in. We just transitioned from Dogfish Head 60-minute IPA to the old tried and true, the Banquet. Okay. We are at the home stretch. We've got like 5-ish baits left to show you. And they're all swim baits. I'm pretty pumped about them. Okay, first one I am arguably least pumped about, but it's a great bait. And very well might give it away to you guys. Don't know if you already have it or not. This is the old Spro BBZ1 in the 6-inch. This is the fast sink. So I believe I have the most experience with their slow sink. They make a floating version, a slow sink, and a fast sink. So this bait's only 2.5 ounces at 6 inches. It does sink at 1 foot per second. So it's not an extremely fast sink, but fast enough that you can control the depth and fish it lower in the water if you want to. But the BBZ1 has been a fantastic starter swim bait for a long time. I mean, 10, maybe pushing 15 years. It's a multi-segmented bait that can be fished in a lot of different ways. And Bill Siementel did a fantastic job making this bait. It does have a soft tail that can be replaced and a hard body, but wonderful bait that has a great straight retrieve, can be burned really well, and you can impart unique action to the bait and make it dart off. It was especially a great bait before the whole glide bait craze that we are in right now. So I have a few of these BBZ1 Swimbaits, and the BBZ1 Rats probably still takes the cake for my favorite rat. Not that I've gone way down the rabbit hole of rats, but this is the 6-inch BBZ1 Swimbait in the perch. And I'm just going to put it in the giveaway pile so that I don't get attached to it. I don't remember if I have that color pattern or not, but it looks good. And it was a damn good deal. Savage Gear. No, Spro. Spro Swimbait, Wicked Perch Fast Sink. Check this out. $7.78. Can you believe that? Get out of town. Okay. Okay, next up, we got 3 Huddlestons. First is the Huddleston 68 special. So this is a 6-inch Huddleston with an 8-inch tail. Definitely has a lot more action on it than a traditional 6-inch Huddleston does because of that bigger, heavier 8-inch tail. We've got 24 people in here now. Appreciate you guys joining in. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button and hang around for another 10 or 15 minutes because we are going to do a giveaway. I haven't decided exactly what I'm giving away, but we'll dig through the box. I'll pull out a handful of things, and we will do a giveaway here shortly. So hang tight for me. I've only got 4 more things in the package for you to watch me unbox, but this is the Huddleston 68. This is the weedless version as well. So I will pull this one out of the pack. I did get 2 of these different colors. I have the standard 68 and the standard 8-inch, but those are top hook swim baits. Ooh. Come on, buddy. He doesn't want to come out. It's okay, man. It's okay. Good Lord. It's like he's scared. I'm not going to hurt you, man. Unless you don't come out and I might accidentally rip your tail off. I don't want to do that. Okie dokie. We got him. So this is the 8-inch Huddleston 68 weedless. Check that out. You can't even see that there's a hook in there. Beautiful swim bait. These are new color patterns on here. Look at how nasty that thing looks. Big ass tail. Of course, now Huddleston is struggling to protect its patent on the old wedge tail design. A little bit kinked coming out of the package, but Huddleston is maybe one of the few that I would actually give a pass on that. Look at that tail. Insane. So this bait is meant to be crept ever so slowly on the bottom. You can fish it higher in the water column, but you're not supposed to. This guy, the weedless, actually has the hook hidden inside the bait. I have heard some people complain about hooks not always coming perfectly sharp out of the package. This one is great. You can see the harness inside here because this is a ghost colored pattern, but beautiful swim bait for a good price. So for these Huddleston 68s, I spent $14.98. $15 a pop. Also got a ghost perch. PH yellow perch. So phantom yellow perch and phantom greenback. So this phantom greenback, I think, is an awesome little gizzard shad, maybe threadfin shad, maybe baby bass. Great little all-around color pattern that I'm super pumped about. And then I did get one 8-inch standard top hook in their Phantom Rainbow. So all these Phantom color patterns are relatively new to Huddleston, and they are gorgeous. Very translucent when you hold them up to the light, but very well painted. Gorgeous looking swim baits. So got two of the 68 weedless in Phantom colors, the Phantom greenback and the Phantom yellow perch. And then one of the standard 8-inch top hook in the Phantom rainbow. I believe all of these I did get in a rate of fall 12, ROF 12. So that means it is going to fall at 1 foot per second. So a little bit of a faster sink. I believe it's their second fastest. They do a floating, so ROF 0. They do an ROF 5, so it's going to fall 5 feet per 12 seconds. ROF 12, 12 feet per 12 seconds. And then like an 18 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And so that 8-inch Huddleston, Jermaine in the house. I missed a couple of people in here. Sorry about that, guys. I should have been responding to you. Big Malone, my man. 8-point buck IPA. What, the Dogfish had 60-minute? Or is there an 8-point buck IPA that you're drinking, dude? Ruben, Cooler Lid, what's up, man? Yeah, you do. And that is a big part of what motivated this purchase, was just seeing how affordable the Huddlestons were, and then realizing that in order to get the 40% off on top of the sale prices, I needed to get 20 items at least. So I was like, shoot, let me look at soft plastics. I found a bunch of things that either were kind of go-to that I needed to restock on, or like you noticed tonight, a lot of stuff that I hadn't tried but looked interesting and was a screaming good deal. So the Huddleston 8-inch was $17.89. So guys, you're not going to find prices like that. Again, there's a reason that I titled this video what I did, and what I said at up front in this video is that it might very well be the best sale that I've ever seen at an online retailer for fishing lures, for fishing gear. Now, again, the rods, reels, things like that were not a great deal, or they were good deals, but not a great selection, in my opinion. You guys like my haircut, by the way? But in terms of the stuff that I bought tonight, the deals are just unbelievable. Scottsboro is great. Well, yep, I did put the things that I threw in the giveaway box that is ever growing here. And maybe I'll have most of these just be tonight's giveaway. We could add 1 or 2 things to it, but was the pack of the Scottsboro 4-inch Jermaine, my boy, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for bringing some people with you. Sorry I couldn't make your stream. I didn't actually know that you were going live tonight. That's my bad. But here's a pack of 4-inch rainbow shad Scottsboro Tackle Swimbaits. Fantastic. One pack of the Molix Stick Flex 4.5-inch. One of my absolute favorite Nico rig baits. Very, very good. 2 packs of the Savage Gear 3D Craw in the mega 5-inch size. This bait is sick. Also great on a Nico rig or on a Texas rig. You could punch it. There's a lot of different things you could do with it. And then the Spro BBZ1 6-inch in the perch. All of those I bought with kind of you guys in mind. So they automatically went in that box. But the box already has like 30 things in it. So maybe we'll mix it up and add a couple things from the box in there with it. But we got 2 more things in here. Okay. Really good deal. The Molix Glide Bait 140. Have you guys ever fished this thing? Let me know. Carol Ferg in the house. What's up? Just the 8-point. Okay. Devil's Backbone 8-point IPA. Fair enough. Appreciate you, Ruben. Yeah, guys, give me a quick thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I am going to do the giveaway in like 10 minutes. So hang tight for me, and we'll do a giveaway. Molix Glide Bait 140. This is a bait that I had heard of, but felt kind of awkward buying because of its profile. But I had done research on it before. I don't know if you guys follow Tackle Tour and read their gear reviews. Their blog has been around for a long, long time. And I knew that they had posted an article on this bait right here. So before pulling the trigger on this package, I was kind of on the fence about this bait. And then I went and checked their review, and I ended up leaving it in the package. So you can see that this is a tall profile, and it is more of a bluegill type of bait than it is a shad. And so, yeah, you might be wondering, why did I get a like golden shiner type of color pattern? But the reality is it looks more goldish in this light, but up to the light and in sunny conditions, this is a very, very translucent color pattern. And it's pretty sweet. All the bluegill color patterns were out of stock. So that was kind of a big reason why I did not actually get a bluegill color. Has a decent amount of play to it. I think that's kind of the right amount, with being enough but not too much for a glide bait to give you a decent swim side to side. So this guy is a tall profile, but a relatively short bait at just a little over 5 inches, 140 millimeters. And does have a rattle in there. It's a pretty affordable glide bait, full retail, but I did get it for 40% off. And I don't know if it was on sale before that. I don't think so. Molix glide bait. Get out of town. I guess I only spent $11.98 on this thing. I don't know why I was considering not getting it, or why I didn't get 2 and give one away to you guys. That's a hell of a deal. So I think this thing retails for $30, something like that. So it's a good deal straight away. And I trust what the guys at Tackle Tour have to say about it in terms of its action and its drawing power and its durability and just how its size will actually get a lot of bites. But perhaps the coolest thing about it is that this guy has swiveling hook hangers straight out of the pack. So just an added feature that makes it that much more well worth it, especially when you get a big profile bait like this that a fish might not actually completely wolf, and they might get caught on the side of the mouth or what have you. And when they're thrashing around, they're not going to get leverage because of those swiveling hook hangers. So pretty sweet purchase that I'm happy about, and a really good deal. I didn't realize it was quite that affordable. And then the last thing is actually the one and only like real big ticket item in the package, and it still wasn't absurdly expensive. So I did buy accessories for it, but I believe the reason that it was as affordable as it was is because a new one is coming out in not that long. And this is the Bait Sanity Gen 2 Glide. I believe that's what it's called. Bait Sanity Explorer Glide Gen 2. This is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive color in the steelhead, and she's a beauty. So you can see Tackle Warehouse even puts their own little unique sticker on there. This is an exclusive color collaboration between the two of them. This bait's been out for 5+ years. And I believe they've got a Gen 3 coming out in not too long. But this is another bait that had tremendous reviews. And look at that. Even on the back of the box, they've got Tackle Tour repping on there. So that's kind of cool. I did not know that Tackle Tour might have actually been somehow involved, or if just Bait Sanity is proud of the fact that Tackle Tour liked the bait that much. I don't know, but this is a cool bait, and it is a relatively modular glide bait. So keep that in mind. This is a pretty big dog. As you can see, this is a full-size glide bait. I already put the top in the back, but size-wise, this is 240 millimeters. So no joke, 9.5 inches long and 5 ounces. See that on the bottom? This is a 5-ounce bait. And it does come with a second tail in the package, which is actually a different style tail. Or is it? No, I think it's just a replacement tail. Okay, so you can see that this tail clips on like so. So since we've got guards on the hooks right now, this would be the safest time for me to show you. But I've never used this bait, and I don't know exactly how to release the tail. Yep, I think I was on to something there. Aha. Okay. So, yep, that just clips straight in there. This is the standard tail, and it does come with a spare in the package. So you get 2 of those traditional soft plastic tails. I I maybe should have bought an extra pair of fins because these are super thin fins that come on it. But I honestly don't know just how important of a feature they are, but they're like $3. You can buy the replacement fins at Tackle Warehouse as well. I don't think there's really much that you can do to adjust the angle at which this thing swims. It's really just in the tails. So with the standard tail, this thing has a really smooth and wide glide to it, but they make some other tails for it. And I bought 2 of the 3 other kinds of tail that they make for it. So I'll show you those real quick. We've got this one. Michael, you think Brendan has somehow taken over? Yeah, well, I fish a variety of stuff, dude. But yeah, this is a big swim bait. Brendan would probably like it and probably have some input to give about a 9-inch swim bait that weighs 5 ounces. But isn't that a gorgeous color too? They call it steelhead, but this is like a very subtle rainbow trout type of color pattern. And she's lovely. So first of all, the price of this guy was $35.99 after the sale. It retails for like $75 or $80, something like that. So keep that in mind. And then I got 2 spare tails for it that are different style tails, and they were not eligible for the sale. So I did spend a little bit more on those. One was on sale for $5.99, and one I paid full price at $9.59 for. But first is this Hatch Match GX 2.0 tail. And this just elongates the profile a little bit. It also, I believe, gives a little bit wider action to the bait. So take a look side by side at the difference between these tails. This is the stock tail, which is short and fat, kind of fits the body perfectly. This one is a little bit longer and has a couple little segments in it that are going to allow this bait to have that much more action and a wider glide on it. So pretty cool deal there. Let's be smarter than the bait here, Tyler. Again, I've never put one of these tails in, and I hope I can get it right. Aha. So now all of a sudden, this bait that was 9 inches is now 10. So definitely makes for a bigger bait with a longer tail, but with a wider glide on it and a little bit bigger profile. So interesting. This is actually, I believe, the guys from Tackle Tour, this is their favorite tail. And it was one that I don't think I was going to get, but once I read that they rave about it, I was like, what the hey, I'm already so far in on the purchase, and I wouldn't mind being able to play around a little bit. And oh man, I haven't figured out the easy way to get this tail out yet, because I want to be able to put the last tail on there as well, just so you can see what she looks like. But I'm struggling at the moment. And I also don't want to ruin the tail straight away. Well, dagnabbit, I am kind of ruining it. I'm pulling some of the paint off of it. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But this is a cool tail. And then the last one is a paddle tail. The Hatch Match PT 2.0. So the Hatch Match paddle tail, which is a really wild but cool concept. So you'll notice that this one is a little bit closer to the same size as the other Hatch Match tail. So you're still going to get that longer profile, but with a paddle tail on there. And what's crazy is as you glide the bait and it slows down, it has this crazy kick to it that you would expect from a paddle tail swim bait. And I don't think I've ever heard of or seen a presentation like that. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, that is super unique and something that I think is really cool. So that is the last item in this unboxing, is the Bait Sanity Explorer Glide Gen 2 with a couple extra tails to play around with. And that is in the Tackle Warehouse exclusive color Steelhead. So pretty sick. That does it for this unboxing. And we can get around to giveaway time now, if you'd like. What let's pull out the box and see what we can give away, what we should give away. All right, so I'll do the BBZ1 swim bait. I'll do the little Scottsboro Swimbaits. I'll let you take your pick of one color of the 5-inch Savage Gear Craws. I'll do a pack of the Q bombs. Since we got 27 people in here right now, this is a relatively new and super high in demand soft plastic bait that have been extremely hard to get your hands on. Got a pack of the Q bombs to give away. We don't necessarily need to do more swim baits, but let's maybe do one more pack of soft plastics. How about we do another JDM bait and we do the Megabass Sleeper Craw. That way, maybe there's a few things in here that you've never tried. These are each $10 or more. These retail at $10, but don't go for that much anymore. This retails for a little bit less than $20. And these for like $8 to $10. So you got about $50 to $60 worth of baits in here. We're going to well, or should I I'm doing 2 Craws. Is that too much? I could put the Sleeper Craw away and add something else, or I could put these away and add a different pack of soft plastics if you'd rather. Leave a comment. Which would you rather? Or I could do a crankbait. Oh, what the hey? It's wintertime anyway. Here's what we'll do. We're going to do this guy. We're going to do these guys. We're going to do these guys. We're going to do the sleeper craw. And we're going to do a crankbait. We'll do the KVD flat 1.5. Why can't I show it to you properly? Stellar flat side crankbait that does dive like 7 to 9 feet or 8 to 10 feet. And this is in a perch color that I absolutely love. So, boom. These are the 5 we're doing. Still about a 20, 30, 40, 50, $55-ish retail value. All unopened in their original packaging. So, let's do the giveaway. We got 27 people in here. Let me see if I know how to do this properly. All right. Did that post? No, it did not. How am I supposed to? Dagnabbit. How am I supposed to post this on the screen? Okay. I'll just share. Hang tight. Here's what we're doing. Tackle Warehouse, all one word, is all that you're going to do. Hashtag Tackle Warehouse. And you will be entered immediately. Your chances are pretty good. If everybody entered, you'd have like a 4% chance of winning. Okay. Go ahead and enter hashtag Tackle Warehouse. I'll give you guys maybe 3 minutes or so once we get like, 20 of the 25 of you guys to go ahead and enter that in. We'll draw it, and I will send this out in the next week. I love that a lot of you guys who maybe were watching and not commenting are now entering the giveaway. That's great. Happy to actually see who it is that's in here. So thank you for entering the giveaway. We have currently got 12 people. Keep going. Honestly, this is a good one to get in, guys. There's no fluff in here. All kind of good stuff for fishing the winter, if we're being honest. Bigger swim baits, perch pattern, smaller swim baits, rainbow trout, clear watercolor. This sleeper craw is pretty wicked. I have fished it a number of times. I did lose one of them like within the first 2 days of fishing it. That was kind of annoying, but it does look really awesome and is a cool bait. The KVD 1.5 flat is a fantastic bait. I can show you guys that one up close out of the package. I don't have to open that one. I can just show you from my box, assuming I can find my flat side crankbaits. That is one that I fish frequently. And the Q-Bomb is just a wicked new bait that I think everybody is curious about. I only fished it one time so far, but when I first bought it, I think I bought either 2 or 4 packs of them. And I knew I wanted to be a nice guy and give a pack away to you guys. So I'm glad that we're doing that tonight. We've currently got 15 people entered. If you haven't entered, there's 28 people in here. You might as well, guys. The only thing is, I'm not going to ship it to Canada, most likely. So maybe Frank entered. If he wins, we might have to work something out. We could split the cost, or we'll get creative. We'll figure it out, Frank. All right. But no age restriction or anything like that. 15 entries. That's it, guys. I mean, I know it's a decent rate out of 26 people, but I'm surprised that there are some of you who have been in here the whole time and are choosing not to enter to get some of this stuff. Is it just not up your alley? Maybe a future one will be. We're going to do a big-ass swim bait sometime soon. We've also got the big size Nessie. Some 6-inch mag drafts. Some other crankbaits like the 6-cents Axis and things like that. So we got a lot of stuff that is on the docket in the box for giveaway stuff that we need to give away. $16 people entered. I'm going to give you one more minute. I don't know why you wouldn't enter. Just enter hashtag Tackle Warehouse in the live chat next to the video. I don't care whether you're sitting in bed or you're on your computer, or if you're on your TV. Go ahead and pull your phone out, pull your computer out, open this video, and enter hashtag Tackle Warehouse. I know that was one thing that happened way back when, is that people were like, oh, no, I watch on my TV, so it's too hard to actually comment. Well, you can log in for 1 minute on your phone or on your computer, especially to enter a giveaway and get some free stuff. I don't know why you wouldn't. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're drawing. The winner is Michael Bradley. What's up, dude? Wow, the suspense on that wheel, huh? The wheel was just spinning and spinning and spinning. Michael Bradley, congratulations. You were one of the first people in here tonight. Just make sure that you comment right now. I mean, I'm sure you're still in here, but let me know that you're in here. And then go ahead and either send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email. Let me know your preferred, and I'll tell you which to send it at. Michael Bradley, are you in the house, dude? Tell me you're still here, because that would be crazy if you entered and then just dipped like that. Wow, what a kind guy. You want to pass along your gift, the giveaway. He's going to gift to Bassin with Big Malone. Nice. What a kind gentleman. You are welcome to do that if you'd like. Big Malone, do you accept this gift? Totally up to you, Michael. Doesn't make a difference to me. Only thing that I ask is, Malone, if you're taking it, send me a DM on Instagram at hooksets.rfree, right? Or email me at hooksetsaretfree18@gmail.com. Okay? You can get in touch with me either of those two ways, and I'll grab your shipping address and I'll send these out to you any day. Yeah, I know you guys are too kind, right? I think Michael knows that he doesn't have to do it, Malone. But sounds like you got a baby coming up, dude. And Michael wants to be a kind man. So Adam Mahara in the house. Did you just come in, dude? We just wrapped up the giveaway. It was an incredible sale, dude. I bought all of these things for that much money. So if you're curious to know what it was, you can go back and watch the video. But yeah, perhaps the biggest highlights were the big swim bait, the Bait Sanity Explorer Glide Gen 2, a handful of Huddlestons, got the 8-inch top hook, rate of fall 12, and 2 weedless 68s in some phantom colors as well. But we got a ton of different stuff in this package, and it's pretty sweet. So was arguably the best sale that I have ever seen for fishing gear, especially baits and lures. And yeah, I want to say I probably got close to $500 worth of gear for that, just shy of $200. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about tonight? We have been on nearly 2 hours. I do have work in the morning, and am playing golf tomorrow afternoon, but I'm down to hang out a little bit longer if you'd like. Ruben, thank you for showing up, my man. Good luck with your inspection tomorrow, dude. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I did not know that. Venom Lures, honestly, I don't know that I've tried many of their things. But are you a big fan of Venom? Yay or nay? Ooh, Caro's got other information. Redoing the company in their direction. What does that mean? So are they just discontinuing everything that they make? Why would everything be on clearance like that? I'm also pretty excited to see this in action. I'll let you guys know what the action of that thing actually looks like. Because even at full retail, it's pretty affordable at like $30. But I think it's on sale even when there's not a site-wide sale. Like, we could just take a quick peek right now at the warehouse of Tackle. Shall we shop together? Let me share my screen. Big Malone, you know you need to contact me, all right? Hit me up on Instagram or send me an email to hooksetsaretfree18@gmail.com and give me your address, and we'll go from there. I'll ship it out ASAP. Okay, let's see here. Make myself small. Website looks big, but let's go Molix. glide. There she is. So they do make a floating version, but I got the slow sink version. Yeah, I just had to double check. I was like, wait, did I? Yep, 5.5 inches, 2.25 ounces, slow sink. Okay. So I would have preferred it in one of these 3 bluegill colors that are all out of stock right now. But they make it in this color that I was tempted, on clearance for 20 bucks. Damn good deal. This guy, Ghost IU, which is the one that I got on clearance for 20 bucks. So check that out. It was $20 before the 40% off. And that's how I got it for a mind-blowing $11.98. Pretty wild. But at that $20 price point with the swiveling hook hangers, kind of hard not to pull the trigger on that guy. And let's see if the Huddlestons are still on sale. Because like I said, a lot of these baits were on sale before the 40% off. And I just took advantage because you could stack the pricing. So, for example, the Huddle Bugs, I think, what did I spend on them? Yeah, $3.58. So, again, I went with a color pattern that was on sale and then take 40% off of that. So, got a pack of the Huddle Bugs and then I didn't get the hollow body. I got the weedless. They've got some pretty wicked new colors like bone. Baby bass doesn't look half bad. Green goddess. But I honestly am a sucker for these phantom colors. So I couldn't decide between the Phantom IU and the Phantom Green Gizzard and the Phantom Silverback. I ended up getting the Phantom Green Gizzard. Pretty sure I did, right? They call it Phantom Greenback. I don't know why, but yep. Phantom Green Gizzard is what I got, and it's sweet. And then I did not realize that the Phantom Yellow Perch, I guess I should have realized, but it is very translucent. I do love that. So 25 bucks minus 14%. And that's how I got those for, or minus 40%. That's how I got them for 15 bucks. And then the 8-inch got one that was on sale minus the 40%. And that's how I got it for 18 bucks. So another Phantom Rainbow Trout. Beautiful. So even at 30 bucks, worth getting, but that sale was too hard to pass up. So like I said, it was on kind of a sliding scale, and they only did it for like 4 days or something like that. So I'm glad I was able to take advantage while it was happening. But it was 25% off if you buy like 10 items, 30% off if you buy 15 items, and 40% off if you buy 20 or more items. And it didn't matter the price point of those items. So that's why half of the stuff or more that I got was soft plastics. Got a couple of jigs and then all those swim baits. But pretty freaking sweet, and I'm happy about it. So who knows? Some more things that I got tonight might end up in a future giveaway. Big Malone, you've got these to look forward to. Very interesting, very interesting. The G-Crack Q-Bomb. Pretty cool bait. Interesting concept that is now becoming totally mainstream. Oh, you know what chaps my ass, guys? Is that this guy, I'm glad that, you know, a couple months back I bought 2 more of these because I opened one right away and started fishing it, and I fished the hell out of it and caught so many fish, and I ended up just losing it last week, and that kind of pissed me off because I had done so well on it. But I guess the pictures that I took of the bait might have been on my work phone. So I'll show you this another time perhaps, but that bait was super, super beat up and well loved, I'll say. But I like it a lot. How does what smell? The G-Crack? It smells like a subdued version of what you would expect it smells like. It smells like G-Crack. It smells like popcorn. It smells like Fritos. And it smells delicious. And the fish love it as well. So, what do you expect? Malone says Doritos. I think it's Fritos. Everybody has their own. You know, it's fine. Oh, you didn't love the chatter bomb, huh? Well, you win some, you lose some. You know, I'm not totally surprised by that. G-Crack Fritos. Yep. Faux show. You're wondering if the HUD shads are on sale? Suppose we can take a quick peek. Dilsted. The weedless shad. That's a negative Ghost Rider. They're on sale, but by a penny. What in the hell? They were on sale during the 40% off deal, but I did not jump on those. I still have a pack of those. I bought 2 way back when. I gave one away, and I still have the other. Well, second beer is over. We're past the 2-hour mark. I'd say it's about time for me to sign out. I super appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. I would agree with that, Adam. Although I don't think I've fished the chatterbomb. Maybe you would remember better than me. I actually think I did. I fished it in that wild, like, white and pink color. And I would agree. I like the Evo better than the chatterbomb. I felt like the chatterbomb needed a little assistance in getting going and staying consistent. And that is just not something that really interests me in a vibrating jig, is inconsistency. I want something that I can rely on that's going to vibrate throughout the entire retrieve. And if I kill the bait and let it fall, that the second that I lift it and drop it or start swimming it again, that it's going to start up on its own and be reliable. So if I remember correctly, I think the chatterbomb struggled a little bit with that. But Cast and Chill, I have not tried the Karashi yet. I was very tempted to get it somewhat recently, but that's a negative, Ghost Rider. I just recently purchased this guy, though, which is the Kawaii Slide Sinker. So curious about that guy. You know, a sinking walking bait. So one that you can work on the surface faster or sink down, count down, and then walk it subsurface. But Kawaii Slide Sinker is the one that I recently purchased from Megabass. I have not tried the Karashi. Yep, I'm with you, Adam. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Happy that there's still 18 people in here. Keep an eye out. There's a good chance I'll be on here Friday or Saturday night. My wife and kids come back from vacation on Thursday, and then my wife goes to work on Friday, and we'll be working both nights over the weekend. So I will do my best to be available and hop on and hang out with you guys. Fun time as always. Thank you for the support. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you didn't already. And if somehow you came from Jermaine's channel and are not already subscribed, do me that favor. Hit the subscribe button so that you know next time I'm going live. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.